One of the easiest, no-fray wreath methods is called a bubble wreath. Today, we are going to make one that is going to be for fall. It's going to be gorgeous. I'm going to be using 21-inch Deco mesh, but if you don't have it or you prefer using 10-inch mesh or even 6-inch mesh, no worries, my friends. In the description box below, I will attach a few videos using those other types of Deco mesh because you know what? I have done many of these wreaths and they always turn out beautiful, and it'll give you other ideas how to decorate this type of wreath base. Hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. My co-host today is my sweet Rocky, and we are ready to get started on our zero fray, fun to make fall bubble wreath. Here are the supplies that we're going to use, starting with our 21-inch Deco mesh that is 10 yards in length. We're going to need a pack of pipe cleaners. For my ribbon, I'm going to combine this beautiful printed one and a solid sage one. Both of these are 1.5 inches and wired edges. I'm also going to be using this beautiful mesh ribbon, and we're going to make a gorgeous bow with these. For decor, I'm going to use some florals. This one is some fall foliage. This lovely greenery I got from Amazon. And by the way, everything that I'm showing you and everything that I'm using, I'm going to list in the description box below, and where I got it. If I have a link for it, I'm going to add that too. Ivory willow branch. This one is so pretty. The sign that I'm using, I got from the DollarTree. It is 8 inches in width and 12 inches in height. For our wreath base, I'm using a standard 14-inch metal wreath form. I'm going to start with taking care of my pipe cleaners. And for this wreath, you're going to need 21 pipe cleaners for the base. All we're going to do is grab our pipe cleaners, fold them in half, and cut them. Then I'm going to fold my little pipe cleaners in a little V. That's just so it's easy for me to grab and put them on my wreath base. This wreath has 6 sections, and what I'm going to do is have 6 pipe cleaners in each section and then 1 more on the intersection. So for a total of 7. 6 and then 7, 6, 7, and all the way around. That's going to give us 42 pipe cleaners. If you're using one of these cutie patootie signs, this is an 8-inch one, and maybe put in the center, or you want to do one of these things where you have the sign and the bow right here, I recommend attaching your pipe cleaners on row 2. Our sign is big because it's 12 inches. We're gonna have a bow. We're going to have florals. I'm going to be attaching all my pipe cleaners to row 3, and I'm just going to do 2 twists. You really don't need more than that, and that's it. The pipe cleaner that I'm putting on an intersection, I'm going to do kitty corner, meaning I'm going to go from one side to the other to make sure that it's going to be nice and stable, because the pipe cleaner that's on the intersection is going to hold the others in place. But let me tell you, we're using 21-inch Deco mesh. We are going to have a lot of bubbles. Regardless if you use this little trick that I'm doing or not, you're going to have a full wreath that is not going to move. So don't worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and continue doing the same thing to the remainder of the wreath until I have 42 pipe cleaners attached. When you are done attaching your pipe cleaners to either row 2 or 3, this is what your wreath base should look like. Now it's time for the Deco mesh. My Deco mesh is going to roll onto the table. This is just going to help our bubbles. This is a method that I consider a continuous method. That means it doesn't matter how gorgeous, how foiled, not foiled this Deco mesh is, it's not going to fray. A zero fray method, and we all love that. Alrighty, I am going to start by gathering about 2 inches from the edge. Attach it to my pipe cleaner. I'm starting with one on an intersection. Going to give it a nice tight twist. Because this is a continuous method, we're going to attach all our bubbles here and come back to where we started to this first attachment. So I'm not going to fold it over. I'm going to leave as is. Whenever I'm working with a continuous method wreath, a bubble, a poof wreath, I always like to start and finish with a zip tie. And this is just going to give me a little bit of peace of mind that this tail is secured and is not going to go anywhere. I'm going to put my zip tie on row 2 just so that tail is out of the way when we're finishing up our bubbles. Zip tie about 1/2 inch to 1 inch from our connection. Cut off the tail. And this is what the beginning of my wreath looks like. Now, this is going to be the boring part. We are simply going to measure off 8 inches from the pipe cleaner to the beginning of my hand. I'm going to keep this nice and taut. I don't want this loose because I want to make sure that my 10 yards are going to make it all the way around. Grab my next pipe cleaner, attach, and now I'm going to give this pipe cleaner a few good twists. Keep on twisting up and then fold it over. I just wrap it around this connection, just like this. It's out of the way and it's nice and clean. I know it's hard to see because it's black, but as you can see, I twisted it and just wrapped it around. Our next bubble, nice and taut. Then I'm bringing in the bubble, grabbing my next pipe cleaner, pushing everything down, and then twisting it up and just wrapping it around. I'm done with one section of the wreath. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bubbles. Now this is intersection to intersection. This is one section and I think it looks beautiful. It's going to be a good solid base. I'm on my last bubble, which means I'm going to go where I started. So my pipe cleaner is right there. Let's measure off 8 inches and cut off a tail. I can always trim it later. I'd rather have more than I need at this point. I'm going to face my tail towards the back, give a few twists with that original first pipe cleaner, twisting it up and folding it back. Now I'm going to push the tail between rows 2 and 3, and we're going to finish up from the back just so it's easier to see. Grabbing the second zip tie, and I'm going to zip tie this tail to row 2. Push the remaining of the tail towards the inside. This is the beginning where we started, zip tie number 1, and then here is where we ended, zip tie number 2. Now that the base is all attached, you can choose to leave it as is or poof all the bubbles out. I always prefer to poof them out because I feel like it gives the wreath a softer look. So I just take the entire bubble in my hand, find the edge of my deco mesh, and just open the bubble up. I'm going to be doing this to all the bubbles. All the bubbles are laid out. This is such a solid and beautiful base. I decided to first do the bow and the florals and then attach everything at the same time. For our bow, I'm going to be using a bow maker, 2 dowels. We're going to put them next to each other right in the center. Let's get started with the bow, and I'm not going to be making a big one. I'm going to start by measuring my tail at about 6 inches at the most. Going to start with my loops being about 4 inches. This is a double-sided ribbon, so guess what? We are just going to zigzag 4 loops. After I'm done making my 4 loops, let's cut the tail. And I'm keeping the tails short because I am going to make dovetails on them, but I don't want them to stick out too much. And we can put that second tail on that side to kind of even things out. Then I'm going to grab my mesh ribbon and have this one zigzag back and forth. I'm also going to be keeping this one at 4 inches. And same thing, I'm going to make 4 loops. And of course, the prettiest ribbon is going to be on top. Let's start with the tail. But this ribbon is one-sided. It has the design side and the flat side. Twist in the center, make my loops, and because we want this bow to be in a little bit of a dome, I'm going to go down to 3 3/4. And basically, when I do this layering on different ribbons, I go down a quarter with each ribbon so that we have that dome effect. Same thing on this side, 3 3/4. Every time I go through the dowels, we're going to twist. Because I want one of these loops right in the center, I'm going to do 5 loops so that the 4 can even out the sides and the 5th one could be in the middle. Twist, and we have our 5th one. I want to bring a little bit of that background into my bow. I'm going to grab these pipe cleaners and I'm going to put them in between my ribbon. I want 3 all together and 1 towards the top. Next, I'm going to grab a zip tie and I'm going to put it underneath the bow, kitty corner from one side to the other side of my dowels. Before I pull my bow up, I want to hear a few clicks on the zip tie. Now I can pull it up. At this point, I want to make sure that everything is on the even side. If you have to, you can definitely fold in half to make sure you're in the center. When you are sure your zip tie is centered, go ahead and secure it. Cut the excess. Grab another pipe cleaner, wrap it around the bow, and let's do a few twists in the back. Now I'm going to go around and cut dovetails to all the ribbon tails. The mesh doesn't really need dovetails. At this point, I'm not going to be touching the bow or the pipe cleaners. I will take care of that at the end. Now we're going to do our floral arrangement. Unless you're using a pick, that would be a great thing to use. Some of these craft stores have gorgeous fall picks, but I wanted one that's bigger and of course one that matches my wreath nicely. Since I'm going to be using the entire piece of this fall foliage, I'm just going to start by leveling out the leaves. Next, I'm going to add my willow stems. I'm thinking I want to use just 3 of these and work them into our bouquet. One's a little higher, one's a little lower. If I feel like I need more, I can definitely add more. And then of course the greenery. And the nice thing about this pick is it has greenery in these little berries that I'm going to face forward so we can see them a little bit more. Adding some in the back. Then I'm bringing one to the left, one to the right, maybe one in the center. This pick is coming together beautifully. We don't want the greenery to be overwhelming. I am going to play around with the leaves. I think I like the way that looks. To bring everything together, I'm going to go in the back and use a zip tie. Tighten things up, cut off the tail, and of course anything extra I'm going to cut off, starting with the thin little strands here. Now I just cut off the rest of the stem and I have a beautiful pick. We can make sure that it's nicely laid out when we're attaching it to the wreath, but in the meantime I'm going to grab a floral wire. I made sure that I went in and out and grabbed the main stem with my pipe cleaner. Now I'm going to do a few twists and I'm ready to attach. When it comes to the sign, I always like to lay it on the wreath. I know I need to go a little bit to the side. So first I know I'm going to attach right on top, and then let's just flip to make sure that I know where the rest of my pipe cleaners are gonna go. So one right there and another one about there. Just like that. Grabbing 3 pipe cleaners, folding them in half, and making a little flat area where I'm going to attach. Then I'm going to grab 3 felt pieces. You can use ribbon, fabric, whatever you have on hand. And I usually cut these to around 1 inch by 2 inches. All we're doing is putting a little bit of hot glue, putting our pipe cleaner right on there, and then I'm going to put hot glue on top over the pipe cleaner and towards the bottom, and then going to go right over that. This is the way I attach. If you attach a different way, you need to do what feels right. Pipe cleaners are all on. Remove this jute cord that's on top. Lay down my sign. Bring in the florals. and the bow and figure out how I want everything to look. Starting with the bow, I'm going to attach. When attaching the bow, make sure you don't pull it back because that is what it's going to look like. Make sure you keep it towards the top because we're going to open it up. Pull it back a little bit, maybe half an inch. Give it a few twists and just let it be. Now for our sign, lay it down. Make sure I have it centered, maybe even a little bit to the side. Now let's flip and attach a twist or two. Okay, what do we think so far, my friends? At this point, I'm just going to open up the bow a little bit. It's not the final look, let's put it that way, but I need to know how wide it is so that we can attach the florals appropriately. I like this. Since we have this sticking out, I'm going to bend it and put it right underneath the bow. Now I can attach the florals. The florals are nice and stable. We're just going to need to open them up a little bit to cover the little hole right there. Sometimes you just have to get creative. Now I do have a lot of berries, so I'm going to take some of the berries that are falling off from the back and I'm going to hot glue them. One is going straight into that little hole, so we're going to cover that. I had two of these fall off, so I'm just going to dab a little bit of hot glue and stick one maybe right there. Maybe grab an orange one and dab it right there. That's it. I'm not going to overdo it. Grab another orange one and put one right there. That should be it. I think that's going to look nice. The next thing I want to do is finalize my florals. Spread out the little willow because that is so pretty. Make sure the greenery stands out. I think that looks lovely. And now our final step is, of course, the bow. The best way to make this into a nice poofy is to make the top of my loops flat, and that's really going to open up that bow. Do you see this? All I'm doing is just making the tops flat. But now let's grab those green loops and make those flat, bring them up, work them into the bow. Then of course the mesh ribbon, we're going to do the same thing, just twist it, bring it up. When it comes to the pipe cleaners, I'm going to do something I have never done on a bow, and that's make little curls with them. I decided to take a pencil and just curl. I mean, it's that simple. You do want to make sure that the bow is nicely set before you do that. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so adorable. Just look at that. I used 3 pipe cleaners, so I should have 6 pieces to curl. The bow is pretty good. Now I'm going to grab those pipe cleaners and very gently stretch them out so that the curls show up. And I'm going to move them around throughout this little bow. Okay, friends, this is some serious cuteness. Just look at those curls. I love this idea. And just like that, our beautiful zero fray, no fray, whatever you want to call it, fall bubble wreath is ready to go on the front door. The nice thing about this wreath, if you're one of those people who struggle with bows, you don't have to use a bow or a ribbon. All you have to do is maybe use the sign and get some vase fillers or florals or leaves and hot glue them around the sign. That's it. This wreath could be whatever you want it to be. Thank you so much for being with us, and Rocky and I are going to say mwah. Bye, friends.